Welcome to one of the coolest haul videos I could possibly imagine. Today was an expensive day, but as you will see, it could turn into a really nice profit. I hope you enjoy this 21 slab collection I bought. Alright, I am sitting here with my cousin Dawson. He'll wave at you, and the mask he's wearing just absolutely scares the shit out of my niece and nephew, which is fun. And he decided that today he wanted to wear the mask on the video. So he will be our Vanna White du jour. And we will start out with the lower end books and work our way up into some true monsters. This collection is all CBCS and never been pressed or cleaned. When I had the opportunity at them, I had to jump at it. I did not get all of the books that were available by any means, nor did I get all of the ones I think there were meat left on the bone. You have to have a limit. I met my limit almost to the cent. It cost me a couple $100 more than I wanted, but I got some of them at a good enough price. It was worth it. First up is an 8.5 number one from the 1980s. I already have a copy of this book in a CGC, but this is Maycross number one. I'll have Dawson hold it up to the camera there a little bit more. We'll practice with these cheaper ones all the way up to the camera. Tip it back so the monitor, there we go, look at that. So, there is the cheapest book, I believe, that we are going to find in this box. Next up, we have a Moon Knight number one in a 7.0. But, the thing about this 7.0, going to be a little difficult to see. Not only is it a newsstand, there is also a check mark way up by that little 7.0. Now, like I said, none of these have been pressed and cleaned. I think this book has a much higher ceiling. I will probably crack it out and send it back into CGC. Next up, the cheapest book that I bought. I think it's worth more than those other two as it sits right now. It is a 9.2 first appearance of Cassandra Cain. That book right there is a cool book. My feelings about CBCS are not the same as everyone else's. No two people's are. I think they grade a little differently, and that's a better book than that. Next up, speaking of new Batman, one of the hottest spec books on the market, a 9.6 Batman 6 from the New 52. That is the big Court of Owls book. Very cool. Now, this collection, sure, has some modern, as you've seen, but it also goes way back into the Silver Age, like this 5.0 Journey into Mystery 114. Now, this book is awesome, and it is the first appearance of the Absorbing Man. I think there is some real possibility there. I had to go with that book. Never been pressed and cleaned. I think it can get higher. Back to the modern real quick. Coming all the way up to 1986, we have Punisher Limited number one in a 9.6. Hot dog, that's a cool book. I was at a convention recently, and I believe the cover artist or one of the artists in it, Stephen Grant, was in it at the convention. So, there's the Punisher. Now, same era of book, we have the first Beta Ray Bill in an 8.5 in a newsstand. Again, never pressed. That one's coming out. It's going to get made better. Back to the Silver Age now. We are getting ready for Kang. Everybody knows it. One of the cool characters that matters in the Bronze Age is introduced in this book. This is the first appearance of Franklin Storm, also an Avengers crossover in a 7.5. That's a cool book. Speaking of crossovers, it's the lowest grade of any of the books I got today. This is a 4.5 Journey into Mystery 109 featuring Magneto. Thor, X-Men, you know the MCU is going to do something like that. Now, another thing that's huge in the MCU right now, everybody loves Daredevil. I love Daredevil. Well, how about Elektra? In a never-pressed 7.0 newsstand. That is a fire book right there. I've got an 8.5, maybe a 9.0 in that already, but I'm never going to say no to that book. A week and a half, y'all, from right now, we will be seeing this character on the big screen. This is Submariner in Tales to Astonish 70. That's an awesome book. In a 7.0. By and large, I spent about half, 50 to 60% of the fair market value by buying all of these books at once. Speaking of that, you talk about big spec. The rest of these books, y'all, are fire. We're about halfway through, and this is an 8.0 first appearance of the Living Tribunal. That is Strange Tales 157 in an 8.0. Whoa. Whoa. Now, as you see, we're getting cooler and cooler as we go. Living Tribunal is badass. One of the best villains of all time made his first appearance in Strange Tales 114. That is the first appearance of the Mandarin. Guys, Shang-Chi was fire. This whole amazing thing that's going on right now, this is the history of these comics. This is where these characters were created. Another MCU thing, don't want to spoil it for anyone, but we have Dormammu and Clea in Strange Tales 126. That is a 5.0 with two major first appearances. Double key. Now, Ant-Man and Wasp is coming out next year. I figured that the opportunity at an 8.0 featuring the first leader, you got to be joking, right? I had to say yes to that book. Had to say yes. Wow. Okay. We have six more books, but 5 more showcases. First up, this is a check mark. Do not judge me for buying only a 9.0, because I think I can turn that into a 9.6 or a 9.8 first appearance of Miles Morales. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 4 left, y'all. They get bigger. They get bigger. Okay. Maybe not all the way bigger, but bigger. Next up, a 9.6, never pressed, newsstand, New Mutants 98. Hot fire. Dawson, don't burn your hand off, man. Don't burn your hand off. It's too fire. It's too fire. I'm excited. I'm excited. This next one, double book set. Okay? Not only is it a 6.5 second appearance, it is a 5.0 first appearance of Hawkeye. First Hawkeye! The first one! He never existed before that book. Hawkeye. In a 5.0, never pressed. There was the first appearance. Here's the second one just to prove it. I got it. Of course I got it. Got the first. Got the second. Wow. Wow. And now, for the final 2 books, I know everybody says don't spec on villains. Don't do it. You shouldn't do it. I did it. And I put it at the last 2 of this amazing collection because I believe in them that much. This is Amazing Spider-Man 37. This is the first Norman Osborn. What? What? In a 7.0. The first Norman Osborn. Y'all. And you know who's bigger than that for MCU spec? Who is through the roof for MCU spec? Who you cannot touch in MCU spec? Doctor Doom, y'all. A 7.5 Avengers 25 to round out this box. Good God Almighty, James Brown. Huh! Sorry, I got a little excited. I got a little al dente, as the defects say. Thank you all for watching. All these books are mine right now, but probably won't be for long. All of these books are CBCS for now. Probably won't be for long. Dawson, thank you. Wave at the camera. Friendly people. Friendly people, thank you. Keep an eye out. I'll post some more stuff soon. Bye.